Well, you might be caught up in Olympic fever, but the PSL season has started. It started last weekend with the MTN8 quarterfinals, and this weekend we saw the last two quarterfinal matches, including a game today between Cape Town City and Sekhukhune. There have been goals galore as well, with Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch, the first teams to qualify for the semi-finals. And tonight on the show, we are joined by one of the ambassadors for MTN8, man who is well known in South African football, Lehlohonolo Majoro, to help us look back at some of those matches, look back at today and look ahead to tomorrow, because Sundowns will host Polokwane City at the Lucas Moripe Stadium. Major, good evening and thanks for joining us on SABC. I hope you are well.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
How does it feel to be on the other side and not being on the field?
No, it is. Like, I'm getting used to it. I'm enjoying it as long as I'm still within the football, which is the game that I love.
So as the ambassador for MTN8, how do you describe your role? What are you expected to do?
My role is just to spread the word about this wonderful trophy, and also try to engage with supporters and customers, try to bridge the gap.
And but what does it mean for your playing career then? Because that's what everybody's asking. We're seeing you here as an ambassador. Does it mean you're done?
No, I've been getting this question many a times. I said at Robert, I will mention it when the time is right. At this point in time, like, I'm part of MTN, and I'm very much happy with my role to be part of a big brand of MTN.
You can't be happy with your team, TS Galaxy, though, eh? They were knocked out. I believe that was your team.
With TS Galaxy, I think, like, we also, like, there's a bit of challenges. Even on the bench, we also, like, they had, like, maybe 4 or 5 players due to the Ling court case that they still have to, that they still have to deal with. So such things, they do happen, but it's better to happen now early in the season than to happen when you really need those players.
Yeah, for those who don't know, all the MTN8 ambassadors have to pick a team. So you picked TS Galaxy. They got knocked out in the first round. But how was the first weekend for you? Because I know you guys always push and advocate for goals also, because there's money that goes to charity. Did it live up to expectations, considering it's the first weekend of the start of the new season also?
I must say, like, everyone was happy with the game between Pirates and SuperSport. We saw supporters coming in numbers at Orlando Stadium. We saw entertaining football. We saw SuperSport as usual, introducing new signings in youngsters, because we all know that, like, Gavin Hunt is known with producing youngsters. So we saw goals. We saw the defending champions win. And for me, it was an entertaining match, even though, like, we had to wait until the extra time to see more of goals. But all in all, it was a nice match. I don't think there's a supporter that came to the match and went home disappointed. I don't think, like, even if you were watching it from home, you were not entertained from the first whistle until the last. So
do the defending champions look like they can defend it?
The defending champions, they do have the core of the team. We saw that, like, the coach went with the familiar faces in his starting lineup. It shows that, like, he is a coach that knows what he wants. He made sure that, like, he plays his regular players, because he wanted to win the first match of the season, and that's how you see how coach serious he is in terms of competition. So he showed that he is very, very serious.
And I guess you can say the same about Stellenbosch also, because the starting 11 was probably the team that played last season, even though they brought in guys like Barnes and Bujela from the bench also, and it talks to consistency and what they've been building.
Yes, you can say that with Stellenbosch also. And again, with what I said about SuperSport, Stellenbosch is proven to be a team. I don't know what is it that they're doing with their DDC, because each and every player that they go fetch from DDC, when it comes to first team, they feel like a glove. So we saw new faces, also that players that come from DDC, and they also won their match with 3-1.
And how important is that when you start a season to get off to a winning start? Does it maybe set the tone or the momentum for the team for the season ahead?
It is always important, like, to get that reassurance through a win, especially with the first match. I will elaborate on that because you heard Cape Town City captain Tammy said it's important to win the first match because you've been putting in the hard work throughout the preseason. So it's the only time where you will show whether that you guys were doing the real thing or not, if there's still loopholes, if there's still things to improve on. So with you winning the first match is very important because it gives you that needed confidence and also reassurance that like you are in the right track.
Yeah, because also if you lose, you have to wait 5 weeks to play again because the league will only start on the 14th of September, but that's a story for another show. Let's talk about the game today. Cape Town City and Sekhukhune had to be decided by a penalty. There were 2 penalties in that game, actually. Did the right team win for you? Did they deserve to win?
For me, I don't want to lie. This is the game that I've been waiting for. And with the signings that both teams have been making in the background, with also Mokocho moving from Sekhukhune going to Cape Town City, Monari moving from Pirates to Sekhukhune, I always knew that like it's going to be a battle in the middle of the field, and we all saw that like it was. The game was decided there. It was fast. Cape Town City, in the beginning of the match, it showed some excitement in terms of the speed of attack with their new signings on the sides. Sekhukhune, I believe, like they have a team. Yeah. So is Cape Town City. I was focusing on Cape Town City because I was keeping track of their signings. I think I lost a bit of focus on Sekhukhune, but today when I was watching a match, I saw that like all these teams they have good intent, and I'm looking forward to this coming season. It's going to be an exciting one.
I mean, before the first penalty, they should have scored there. The ball was cleared on the line. Do you think they need to replace Khanyisa Mayo because it's a big loss for them having gone to Algeria?
I would say like Cape Town City is not, this is not unfamiliar territory for them. They've lost their key strikers in the past, and they've always managed to replace them. I will refer to myself when I was Cape Town City. I left Cape Town City. They managed to replace me. Kemit Erasmus, if you still remember, he left for Sundowns. They still managed to replace him with Mayo. Mayo left. I think you can see the pattern. Like John Comites has a plan for sure, and
good scouting.
He has a good scouting, and I believe like Cape Town City, they will get that number 9 that will score goals for them. And it's a matter of time before that happens. And with them getting 2 penalties today, like I don't really want to dwell much into it. It does happen. Penalty. I think the first one was a bit of a push from the back. The second one, you could see that the defender was trying by all means to put his hands behind, but unfortunately the ball came traveled at the speed and then it hit his hand, so it was a penalty.
How you sound like McDonald Makubedi. You don't want to say much, but how was Thabang Monare for you for Sekhukhune? It looks like he'll be a crucial player for them this season.
Well, I've always said about Monare, the qualities that he has, and with him now joining Linda Mtambo, their captain in the middle of the park, I believe like it's a good value. He added a good value into Sekhukhune, and there's more that the Sekhukhune team is going to benefit out of him in terms of Monare being able to start the play if they want to start from the back. If they want someone who's going to grind there in the middle of the park, they have Monare to do that. Like for me, he did his best today. I saw him like trying to make runs into the box, trying to create for the team, taking shots. It's a sign of a player who is not there to just add number, but also to add value. So for him, I think he did himself justice today with the performance. Yeah.
Last quarter-final tomorrow, Lucas Moripe, Sundowns and Polokwane City. What kind of a Sundowns are you expecting now that Mangoba Mngiti is in charge? Well,
I think like we all know that like Sundowns, that team that knows how to win. And regardless of how tough tomorrow's game might be, because this is Wafa Wafa, it's not, you only have one opportunity. So Polokwane for them, after rejoining the big league, finishing in the top 8, it's something to be commendable. So I don't think like Sundowns should just overlook Polokwane City, because surprises do happen in this tournament. So, but with what Sundowns have been doing throughout the years, winning the league season in, season out, I believe that like that's one thing that Coach Mokaba would have told them, guys, this is our first game of the season. I think we must just show that we are the champions and we are the people that should be feared in this tournament, and they will want to win this game comfortably. But I'm really looking forward to it, but I foresee Sundowns winning it tomorrow. Okay,
and just quickly, finally, what's in it for the fans? I saw at the launch, fans were saying they were winning millions here with MTN.
Yeah, no, we also at the launch, like MTN has changed the lives of an ordinary supporter, an ordinary customer, through recharging competition that they have over last fan standing. So if you want to be like them and also be invited at the upcoming launches, all you have to do is just to dial star 144 star 8 hash and recharge with 10 Rand or more weekly, and then you get an opportunity of being selected, because like now things have been elevated. We no more selecting one fan, we're selecting 4 fans per week, and those fans will get an opportunity to travel to wherever the final will be hosted, and get an opportunity to come back home 1 million richer.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, Lehlohonolo Majoro hasn't retired yet, but doing some great work here with the MTN8 as one of the ambassadors. Looking forward to the last game between Sundowns and Polokwane City tomorrow. We'll leave our conversation there. Thank you for joining us. Maybe let me start messaging there and see if I can also get a chance to win 1 million. But stay with us here on Sports Live. There's much more coming up.